Ideas will be the feminine side, the yin side, and thoughts will be the yang side, because you receive an idea and then you give it off. So everything is an interchanging thing of what we're all doing when we create that substance. Same way for the right hemisphere, because I don't even want to say right brain. All of these are brains. So this your right hemisphere, right pillar, whatever. You know what I'm saying? From the Kabbalah tree that you created for yourself, being a north pillar, north shadow spirit yourself, going in that equilibrium of the 357. But for the most, going through the door. But even when we start to talk about the right brain, you know what I'm saying? That's feelings and emotions. So you have the masculine version of that, the external, that'll be the feeling, the fire, and then you have the internal version of that, that would be the emotion, internalizing, and things of that nature. The yin version of the right hemisphere. You know what I'm saying? So, it goes deep into a lot of spectrums, but for the most part, these things move fluidly. So you could change thoughts and change feelings a lot faster than you could change your physical daughters of men. And a lot of times it takes heavy meditation on a certain thought and a certain feeling so that can manifest together and come together. Those Adams and Eves, those fathers and Liliths can have enough sex to the point that if you know how to meditate on those energies long enough based upon whatever you're trying to do, slowly but surely it'll start to partake with plignase within your physical form, aka rather physical features or a physical representation as far as a circumstance, situation, person, place, or thing that represent whatever mind state or feeling and emotion that you're utilizing as far as a spirit. You're utilizing both of those lights that you're creating as an alchemy because you're a master spirit, and then you're creating a circumstance. We utilize light to create experiences, and experiences is spiritual experiments. So our tools is light, and light is thoughts and feelings that we externalize as a spirit, and thoughts and feelings is awareness. That's energy that turns into that's consciousness. So for the most part, that's what consciousness is: the ability to be aware. As soon as you are aware, you create a substance or a container or something or a representation that your spirit can jump into to see the world through that realm of reality, whether from a light form all the way to a heavy form down here. You know what I'm saying? This is where we get to scientific methods and things of that nature from. But for the most part, like I said, right, once we start to talk about shape shifting, what's on a person's mind and feelings, that's the actual shape. That's the cursive. That's what they're cursing their spirit with. That's the shape and form, the light body that their spirit choose to represent themselves at the moment. And slowly but shortly, you will start to see that thought and feeling play out through their characteristics. When that breath or that light, it just look like breath because y'all are smaller spirits within a bigger parameter, because the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional realm, you in the one, two, and third dimensional realm. So your light look like that light that you see in the sky and things that are the water, but since it's a smaller perspective, you're unaware. You can't weigh it or whatever like that. So it's your breath. You know what I'm saying? But that's your light. You need to know that. That's your mentality and things of that nature. So when it comes into this, when that mentality, thought, and feeling, and coming as a spirit, you're in that spaceship. And then once you use that spaceship to fly into your daughters and men, to actually utilize your vehicle to act out those thoughts and feelings, for the most part, how a person starts to express themselves, a lot of times they try to hide it, but a lot of people are bad liars. So a lot of times you could pick up the vibration based upon the influence, aka the thoughts and feelings that you got hit with through a person's actions, and you can determine if a person is lying, aka a person's actions is very different from the discernment that you're picking up based upon the wording and their body language that they're utilizing with their body. So you're picking up a very different message based upon what a person is utilizing, based upon the language and the value that's behind it. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, this puts us into a situation where everyone is shapeshifters. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a situation where it's an actual physical thing. It's a thing that could become physical based upon the thing that created the physical, the metaphysical, aka your sons of God, your mentalities. So a lot of people move like snakes. A lot of people move like sharks. A lot of people move like leeches. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people move like rodents. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people move like spiders. A lot of people move like rats. A lot of people move like dogs. A lot of people move like whales. And these are esoteric energies. So when you're looking in the world, these natures are things that we have created based upon us being in a spiritual nature. And we're actually seeing a physical representation of the world that that we created as a bubble for ourselves, aka creating a heaven out of a hell. Because the air and the heavens is representing air. That's the heavens, and earth, aka the ability to air. Heavens just represents the ability to think on a higher perspective, not lower in a lower desire. So this like the first abilities to think or to have a first awareness about something. The earth is to practicalize that. So that's creating the left brain in some way, shape, or form. So that's the heavens and the earth. And the hell is the water and the fire, because this is where a lot of transformation and transitions is going through at a rapid pace, aka your desires, your feelings and emotions. You know what I'm saying? So the thoughts and the practicality is the airs and the heavens, and for the most part, the desires and the passion and the motherfucker willpower and the to want to live in some way, shape, the sheer to want and need. Which you ain't gonna never get what you want and need. You only gonna get what you deserve. But the sheer to want and need is what bring you down here to understand that you only gonna get what you deserve once you externalize yourself into the left sprint. So internalizing is right brain, externalizing is left brain. So when we creating these heavens and earths, heaven is here now. But the concept that you guys are making it out of, you are remembering that y'all are adding too much fire and water into it, emotion and feeling, right brain to it. So it's fogging up and making a water cycle in the air and heavens, and now y'all turning the heaven back into a hell. And heaven is on earth. So you need to understand that, because heaven is air, and air is on earth. So you guys are supposed to be utilizing your mentality to think in a higher perspective about the platform that you guys are creating for yourselves as far as stability and security in your lives. And the responsibilities is actually wearing and tearing on your spirit, because you guys are thinking your spirit is the light, being lost in that seven Holy Spirit, or that kind of concept, which you're separating your spiritual natures and separating yourself into your physical natures, to the point that your spirit can't do nothing else but feel and want an overall desire, whether it's hell or heaven. But for the most part, that's just you consuming your spirit and conflating it, making it think it's light. And your spirit is supposed to be light of these things, light in weight. Let these things shield, or you will never experience another, let these things shear away, or you'll never experience a new experience, or going to a new astral travel and have more awareness, where you can give and take more, or have more responsibility within your circumference to be utilized as a vessel. Which it don't matter if you're religious, you just follow a legion, but you're still trying to be utilized as a vessel, but you're just being possessed. So you got the wrong concept about it. But like I said, once we start to talk about shape shifting, we all have the ability to reshape our mentality, reshape our feelings and emotions, so we can become shapeshifters. And you have a lot of individuals who utilize this for their advantage. They will play a certain image, play a certain role, play a certain character in your life in order to get something out of you or out of a circumstance or situation. And then for the most part, this is where you get a person who's utilizing shapeshifting for evil purposes. And this is where we come up with terminologies of gray aliens or reptilian or motherfucker with no soul, aka they use a small percentage of their soul, because aka that's just your individual spirit. But you need other spirits and how they create thoughts and feelings and Adams and Eves in order to know how to create your own. So you a small influence on your own. So you have to utilize others or be a part of a pack, and that's leading into legion or demonic energies in some way, shape, or form. As a spirit don't know itself, so it need a grouping of other spirits that don't know themselves, and it leads into a blind leading a blind, where y'all create a pack where y'all think y'all know yourselves, and y'all create your own kind of external concept of what you think spirituality is, and that's when it becomes one spirit or a group of spirits' own idea about the whole universe and what we all going through, and the spiritual warfare that happened that made this to be in the first place. But like I said, everybody have the ability to shapeshift. So you can shapeshift into a demon, angel, aka angel having higher ideas, not getting depressed about your circumstances, or being a demon, playing victim role and utilizing the world to gain stability in all your ways, circumstances, and all the things that's in between, aka the material, the prosperity, the security, the safety, the love, the hatred, all these energies that's in between that you may utilize and play certain roles to maintain in your life just to get these things, when these things is part of the world itself. And you're supposed to utilize this for yourself within your own space before externalizing that, and that'll be your own true shape, and you will truly have a place in the stars, which that's a whole nother video to go deep into, because that's what you're really here to do. You know what I'm saying? So you can maintain your own position in some way, shape, or form without getting outweighed and lost by wandering stars that's lost. But that's when it comes into the concept of shapeshifting. We all have the ability to change the way we think and we feel, and we have some individuals, some spirits that utilize their son of God to aka shapeshift for some form of advantage in some way, shape, or form. And that's when they are playing out very demonic energies as a spirit, and they're going to manifest circumstances and situations whether they got your help or not. You ain't got to pray for them or nothing. They're going to experience circumstances and situations where they're doing the wrong thing. And then for the most part, that's when you're going to be able to understand that, okay, we all are shapeshifting, and this is not something that's just based upon ET or whatever NASA is trying to teach y'all based upon their television channels that they program y'all in. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. And I love y'all from the bottom of my heart.